Hello everyone, we need to talk about the prices of LEGO sets, and specifically the differences in prices between the licensed themes like Star Wars and superheroes and unlicensed or original themes like City and Ninjago. It's far too easy to find examples of major discrepancies in values that can lead to much internet raging. I mean, all joking and funny faces aside, look at the difference between those two part to price ratios, and those are recent sets. To get to the bottom of this, I needed data and lots of it, so of course I went to Brickset.com, pretty much the place to get LEGO data, and I used their convenient CSV or comma-separated value export to get information that I could use in a spreadsheet program. I downloaded data on all the sets released during the times that I've been doing most of my LEGO reviewing, so 2014, 2015, 2016, and what we have so far for 2017. Now, Brickset's database is very thorough, and in fact, too thorough for what I wanted to investigate. So I went through and carefully marked what data to use and what data to ignore. I wanted to focus on what I consider to be just normal, run-of-the-mill, kind of middle-of-the-market stuff. Regular themes, no Bionicle, no large action figure stuff, no Duplo, no bulk brick packs, stuff that I could actually buy in a box from a store. No polybags, no special convention exclusive stuff, nothing promotional, and nothing from the educational market. I also excluded robotics, video game related stuff including dimensions, and all that gear like keychains and magnets and stuff. And here's what I came up with at first, looking at price per part by theme. Price per part is not the exclusive end-all be-all of value measurements, but it's a good one and it's fairly universally understood. Now, most of these numbers are fairly smoothly distributed except for the last three that really stick out. The first one is Jurassic World, but that only has 6 sets contributing to this data here, so it's not as significant as it appears. It's also very easy to explain. Those sets came with dinosaurs, lots of dinosaurs. And big animals have always come at a premium price from LEGO. The bar for The Hobbit sticks up even farther, but that had actually even fewer sets, just 4 in this data. Plus, out of those 4 sets, 1 came with the Great Eagle, and then there's Smaug. He counts as a really big animal. But City, that's the one that really catches my eye here because it accounts for 120 sets in this data. And comparing City to everything else, including Jurassic World and The Hobbit, that's a big difference. 34% higher price to part ratio for City versus all the rest of the stuff I'm looking at. However, this is another theme that actually has a good excuse for its inflated price to part number. City is the main theme that regularly includes very large specialized parts like boat hulls and aircraft canopies and large fuselage pieces. Plus, City gets the trains for the most part, including the RC ones that come with the battery box and electronics. That's exactly the reason I said a minute ago price to part ratio is not the end-all be-all. But I might be getting a little off track, so let me go back to the original chart. What I really want to get out of this data is the difference in prices and values between licensed and unlicensed themes. Here I've highlighted the licensed ones in red. A couple of these are a little bit fuzzy. I put ideas into the licensed theme because LEGO is paying licensing fees to the original fan creators. Plus, the majority of the sets are also licensed from other companies' intellectual property. Advanced models on the far left I consider unlicensed because the vast majority of the products in that theme are indeed unlicensed or unlicensable. The 2 exceptions in this data set are the Ferrari F40 and the Volkswagen Beetle. Now, look what happens when I aggregate the blues and the reds. Well, that's anticlimactic. This is an aggregate view. You're not just looking at the averages of the heights of the bars on that previous chart. This is actually going through and averaging the values across all sets that are in the non-licensed category and all sets that are in the licensed category. The numbers are 10.17 cents on one side and 10.61 cents on the other. It's not a statistically significant difference. The data has spoken, and it says LEGO charges basically the same price per part for licensed and non-licensed sets. If you don't believe these numbers, that's actually good. I strongly encourage you to go check out the data for yourself. However, don't fall into the rager trap. By that I mean cherry-picking a few extreme and unrepresentative examples just to fuel the rage. The thing is, it's very easy to play that same game in reverse. Sorry, Rager, but don't cry too much. I actually have some consolation prizes for you. See, I'm not here to push an agenda or to carefully carve and mold the data to paint a specific picture. I just want the facts. And the fact is, there does appear to be a Disney effect. Rage! The price-to-part ratios on Disney-sourced themes over the past few years have been about 10% higher than everything else. And look where it comes from. It's all Star Wars. Of course, this doesn't tell you why the number is higher. When I look at the Star Wars sets, it seems like they have an average number of large pieces, an average number of minifigures and new prints and such. So it could be a pure evil Lucasfilm greed tax. Or maybe LEGO is accounting for the significant increase in work involved in designing sets specifically for Star Wars with all the extra review processes. Without a lot more information than is available to the public, we just don't know. All we can do is hypothesize, and the vast majority of theories will be pure conjecture. So enjoy the numbers, but take them at face value and be careful not to read too much into them that they don't actually say. And don't forget about the LEGO City tax, or the top level picture that shows that licensed versus non-licensed stuff is a wash across the entire board. For a deeper dive into an analysis of the data behind LEGO, check out realitypros.com or Google what happened with LEGO. In 2013, this author did a lot more work than I just did and surfaced some really interesting information, including plotting trends over time. Most of their data was also grabbed from Brickset.com, so if you want to do the research yourself, then you are the proverbial horse, and Brickset is the trough of water. Fancy a drink? That's it from me, though. Looks like there are just as many pieces of LEGO money on each side of this screen after all. But on the left side, Darth Vader is definitely taking more than his share. I hope that you've enjoyed this, and I hope that you'll come back to check out more of my videos, because more are on the way very soon.